Good morning. It is my great honor to present the Paul A. Anderson Award for Youth Leadership. This special award to recognize the work of a youth activist is named for the late Paul A. Anderson, who was passionate in his support of young leaders in our movement. We thank the Anderson Prize Foundation for underwriting this award. In 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue, and so was founded the imperial gender binary and the systems of violence that support it. Since that time, since 1492, trans women and trans feminine people of color and indigenous people have been fighting for their lives, dignity, and self-determination. Activists like Sylvia Rivera, Marsha P. Johnson, Miss Major, and others crafted a strong anti-colonial tradition for trans women of color that challenges institutions that oppress, incarcerate, and pursue the deaths of those at the crosshairs of white supremacy, gender, and class oppression. It is this radical tradition that sends a strong message that no one is disposable and that all Black trans lives matter. It is in this tradition of resistance that freedom fighter Cece McDonald stands. In 2011, the night in early June that Cece McDonald and her friends were attacked on the streets of their own neighborhood, they had already been unfairly stopped and questioned by the Minneapolis police. In their own neighborhood, they were attacked by a group of white people shouting racist and transphobic slurs. When Cece stabbed one of their attackers in self-defense, she was arrested and imprisoned for 19 months. During that time, her writings and thoughts inspired an international community of activists to support the campaign to free Cece and all political prisoners. Since getting out of prison, Cece has been at the forefront of a social justice movement that questions the role of prisons and police in criminalizing the survival of trans and queer people of color, that detains and deports them and separates them from their families and communities. She leads us in a way that only youth who see what has come before and push us to do better can. She has pushed us to imagine a future in which we value the lives and labor of Black trans women, a world where we keep ourselves safe and provide the necessary things like jobs and housing so that no one need suffer the quick violence of transphobic attack or the slow violence of social and economic inequality. Cece McDonald has inspired me to speak truth to power and use my love to guide me in the world. I am extraordinarily honored and extraordinarily humbled to present the Paul A. Anderson Award for Youth Leadership to Cece McDonald.
Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? Is everyone feeling as good as I am? I'm like so humbled right now. I didn't know this room was going to be this packed and full of so many beautiful people. And I'm just wanted to say that after being out for a whole year now, it has officially been a year that I've been out. I am honored to be here with so many beautiful people and just to share this moment and celebrate our individuality and our uniqueness with each other. So thank you. I just wanted to say first that I'm honored and blessed to be here with so many beautiful freedom fighters and advocates like myself. I've been racking my brain and pondering on how I would impact the world this year, and my imagination has been running wild. From the advocacy training program to hands-on peer mentoring, I plan to bring an innovative and new approach to end the oppression of marginalized groups, especially for trans people and specifically trans women of color. My life has been a struggle, both pre and post-prison. But I know that this epidemic in this world won't stop until we take complete action for poverty, mass incarceration, violence towards women, police brutality, and all the systematic issues that have kept marginalized groups oppressed. And so I put aside the things that have been ailing me in my personal life to be in addition to the fight for liberation and equality, especially seeing that the reason I'm in this troubling situations are due to the lack of accountability and responsibility of the systematical oppressive regime. So with that, I want to say how thankful, humble, and blessed that I am for creating change, and all those involved have honored me with this award. But this is not where it ends. My journey for liberation will never cease as long as people are still being oppressed. And all people in this world are equal and free from the shackles of systematic epidemics. I love you all and thank you. It has been an honor to be surrounded by beautiful, strong, resilient soldiers in the fight of justice and liberation. And always remember, there is no better time than now. But before I close this statement, I just wanted to say that it is important that everybody here realizes that the issues around trans violence are due to the lack of people actually getting involved. We're all sitting here from different aspects of life, working with different organizations, and we can't talk about any type of liberation unless we talk about the racism in the LGBTQI community, the sexism in the LGBTQI community, the lack of responsibility and acknowledgement for trans women and trans women of color in this country. So when we talk about creating change, we have to think about what it really means to make change happen. We have to hire trans women of color. We can't just sensationalize our issues and fantasize that things will get better. We actually have to do something about it. So we can't just sit on our asses and pretend that everything is okay because some of us have spotlight when there are still women to this day that are being murdered in this country. So it's important that we take action and really think about creating change. Thank you.
Cece! Thank you so much. You know, we all know how hard the task force staff works here. So we want to give a big shout out to the huge task from the task force who has worked so hard to make this event possible, the entire staff, and also the conference management team who's been here about 2 weeks setting up. They'll be striking it down and moving on to the next city soon. So let's give them a big round of applause for all their work. Entire staff. And if you have an empty seat next to you or at your table, raise your hands because we've got people in the back. Come on forward. I also want to thank our interpreting crew who has done an amazing job for the whole conference, making it accessible. And also at one of the workshop sessions, someone inadvertently picked up an interpreter headset. So if you have it, please return it to the accessibility table. And this is the great news. We are closing in on our $40,000 raise for the Creating Change 2016 Scholarship Fund. So that means we can bring more people who couldn't afford to come here to this amazing conference. And I just want to say that the other night at the incredible Creating Change drag show, your little dollars put in very personal places added up to $2,500 for the scholarship fund. And another of our goals here at Creating Change was to sign up 500 new members, and we did it. We have 500 new members of the National LGBT Task Force. Now, I know a lot of you are already members, and so please think about signing someone up for you, a guest membership. I'm thinking maybe find out the name of the head of the police department in your town and sign them up, and so that they can receive all the materials from the National Gay, Lesbian, Bisexual, Trans, right at their office and share them around and talk about it. I think that's a lovely idea. Thank you very much. Now what we're going to do, and I know you've been waiting for this moment for a long time, we're going to serve you breakfast. We'll see you in about 20 minutes.